Touch faith. Bam. Hmm. How you doing? How you doing, little birdie? Oh no. Great, chickens got out. Let's see. What's up, lady boy? Gotta get the chickens back in. Get some worms. What up, Julio? Chick 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 chick. Chick 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 chick. What up, cheese? All right, there we go. Let's see. Hey, we just installed this today. What's going on, everybody? What up, girls? Huh? What's going on, ladies? They eat what comes out of the ground. They usually eat worms, and then when they get out and stuff like that, I give them mealworms. But primarily, yummers primarily they eat whatever comes out of the ground. They do their own hunting. Worms, berries. They go through my compost pile. What up, cheese? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like so this is we call it chicken crack. It's it's a combo craze, and it's mealworms and beetles, and they love that stuff. Going good, Julio. But yeah, they take care. Once you get them to a few months, 4 or 5 months old, like, and you can, and I did that in a box in my garage. Then they go out on their own and they hunt them for themselves. Now in the winter I give them access to stuff like they got a heated indoor in there. Well, I'll show you. They've got a heated indoor area. So this I just if you saw the short that I put out earlier today, this fence keeps them in, and they've got an area back here that actually has a roof on it, basically. So prey birds like hawks and stuff can't get to them. You see all this right here. It's hard to see. That's the risk. So they can go in here and stay protected. And then their eggs, when they have eggs, they roll out here. So gravity. And then they've got this area in here, and then we've got cameras and heaters, and it tells us the temperature right there, 66.6 degrees. Yeah. So this is where the chickens go. This is all hand built. Built this, me and my father, just us. Built this whole thing. Yeah, built the ramp. Just took up 2x12 and then a 1x1 and just chopped the 1x1 into a bunch of bits and just nailed it to it. And then these two doors. So there's a door over there, the red door that lets them out into the large area. And then at night, naturally, they come in. So then this door closes like 20 minutes after sunset. And then this door closes 40 minutes after sunset. So they can get in here and they've got pellets and water. And then in the morning, this opens up 20 minutes after sunset and lets them in here to eat and drink. And then it opens out there and they can go to the outdoors. But yeah, they hunt themselves. They'll eat that protein. Absolutely, Jay, brother. I don't eat the chickens. I eat the eggs. What you chicken pass naturally when you chickens pass? No, I haven't had any of them die yet. They're only about a year old now. February. This will be a year. I mean, they grow up. They live for years. But no, if they die, something killed them. Like either a toxin. So no, I won't eat these. These aren't meat birds. These are eggers. Yeah, these are eggers. So yeah, that's the way it works. So I get eggs every day, straight out straight out the cloaca. All right, hold on, my parents are probably over here. Hold on a second. Drop off some eggs, but yeah. So so you just give them a place to live, and just like you would build a dog house for your dog or whatever, they have a place to live, a place that'll keep them protected and warm. And it gets cold here, but they like the cold. They trance around, and they know how to, like, they scratch. Like you can see here where there's areas like that they scratched all the leaves out of the way, and you can see where they peck. So they'll scratch an area and they'll move over to another area and scratch and scratch and scratch. Then they'll circle back here, and the scratches will bring worms to the surface. Then they'll eat the worms. Yeah, I got no game. I ain't got no game foul, brother Joel. Chickens are a year old. I got them. When I got them, I got 8 chickens. They were supposed to be hens, hatchlings. They were one day hatched, and then 2 of them ended up being roosters. But you don't know that until they start going cock-a-doodle-doo. So they started being violent against my neighbor's kids. Their neighbor's kids would come by to grab eggs and stuff, and they would frickin' attack them. So I got rid of the roosters, and there's a guy up the street who's got a big chicken farm. So I swapped out the 2 roosters for 2 more hens. Yeah, so you're a year old. And yeah, so all of my food scraps go out to a my compost heap, and they'll get access to that like once a day, and they come over here to the compost and go through the scraps. But now I've closed off the area that they get to, because I want my plants to grow now that the winter's pretty much over, and they'll eat the seedlings as they come up, so your plants won't grow very well. But yeah, they come over here to it's all rotten now, but onions and eggs and whatnot, and they'll eat. And then as it rots, I move it over and stir it up, and then once it's soil, it goes over here and it gets covered, and then that soil will be used for next season. Then I got a hand dug well that goes into these tanks here, and I collect my water off of my roof when it rains. It goes into a barrel that's got a float in it, so once it gets full, it turns on a pump and pumps it into those holding tanks. So, and actually you can hear it running right now. You can hear it running right now. And there's the float. You can see there's water spraying out of it right now. So that's going over, and it's going into those tanks. And then I have another pump that pressurizes so I can water the gardens. And I've got these gardens are all coming right now, and this is hydroponics. So when it freezes, I shut it off, but the water will pump through. It's just PVC pipe that I cut holes in, and There's a pump and a tank down here. It pumps the water up to the top and it rolls through, then down, then down, then down, then back in, and then just keeps circulating through. Yes, it's me, Crazy Globe. What's going on? How are you, Go Crazy? Yes, I do hydro farming also. Hydro farming. I do anything I can fit on my own property. So the thing is, if you're paying money for something, how can you get money from that something? And that's what I try to teach people. If you have any land at all, even a quarter of an acre, grow whatever you can. It's so cheap, $1 to buy the seeds. You can use the dirt that's already there. You can turn your trash into dirt. Yeah, it works really, really well. And I've got like small solar panels that charge up a battery, and then when it gets hot in there, you can see the sun reflecting off the panel. When it gets hot in there, it'll turn a fan on. It's a temperature controlled fan, so once it gets too hot, it turns the fan on to air it out. Where are you at, Carol? I'm in Georgia. It's hot here too. It gets hot. I mean, I'm in short sleeves in February, but yeah, it gets crazy. Sometimes it gets. I mean, I used to live in Maryland. It would get over 100 degrees regularly, but it gets below freezing regularly. Here, it gets rare that it gets below freezing. In my greenhouses, I've got 2 greenhouses, and they work like greenhouses. The greenhouse effect. So the plants stay warm there. And you live in Southern California. Yeah. That's gonna be rough. What up, smart brother? So that I built that. It's a built system. I have a battery and a charging circuit that charges the lead acid battery, and then there's a fan that only turns on when the temperature reaches about 90 degrees, and then so it only uses the battery power and if the sun's out, it won't use the battery power. So it only uses the battery power if it's hot and the sun is down. So it uses the sun to run the fans if it's hot and daytime, and then if it's hot at night, it'll turn the fans on. What up? What up, Sean Diddy? How much? Not much. Like this is like 40. I think it's like 40 watts. It's only for that. And then I use solar, not photovoltaic. So I use the sun to heat things using greenhouse effect, not using any electronics. I'll show you this thing. Check this out. So when it gets hot in my greenhouse, I don't have any motors to open the vents. I have a capsule that's full of wax. And when it gets hot, the wax expands. So it pushes a piston and it opens the vents in the greenhouse. So there's no electricity in there at all. So you don't have to use solar electric power. You can just use the sun itself. Okay, so you have these vents up here. Oh, I'll show one down here. And these vents down here. And you see these black pistons? They're called black body pistons. They're just full of wax. And when it gets hot, the wax expands and it opens the vent, and then it cools the greenhouse. And as it cools down, it'll shut. So it uses. Sorry about that. It uses the natural heat. And you can see, I've got cactus and stuff growing in here. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. And then if it gets too cold, I got an electric heater. And if it gets way too cold for the electric heater, I've got gas and then separate gas. Bro Pez. And during the day when it's hot, we can call it caliente. Learn that from Dora the Explorer. What's the subscription price? $0, brother. $0. Bring it on. We're trying to hit 2K. But yeah, they basically take care of themselves. I have 8 hens. I usually get about 5 eggs a day. And when it's really cold, they slow down because they use more of their body, use more of their metabolism, more of their energy to stay warm rather than making eggs. What up, Ben? Yes, it's really great. Everything here is built. I built these guys. I built the chicken coop, greenhouses. And I'll show you a pretty cool thing back here. I built this thing called a hoop house, which cost me about $200. I used a bunch of throwaway dumpster dive stuff, and I got my hot rod right here. Yeah, boy. You can see that on the YouTube shorts. So the hoop house over here It's basically built like a greenhouse would be built, but I used PVC pipe and just bent the PVC pipe just naturally. Like I didn't use anything but gravity to bend it. And so it basically almost doubled the size of my building, and it works like it's only one layer. So I just used metal pipe in the ground, which was in the trash, and then PVC pipe that arches over the top into the PVC pipe in the ground. Then I just pulled the plastic, and I found these clips, and these clips clip onto the plastic, and just pinch it on there. That's it. Nothing complicated about it. I'm not a cast iron table saw. I've got a table saw in the shop. I've got my welder right there. I've got a bunch of other equipment in there, drill presses and whatnot. I don't have a cast iron table saw. I do have a table saw. It's a portable table saw. Working in the movie industry for 15 years, you have to be able to pack up everything you need into a pickup truck and get from set to set to set. So, sending love from Yusnuva. Wow, where the hell's that at? Yusnuva Beach. How are you, real brother? Yusnuva. Sending love from America, Georgia. Yep. And then I check this out. This is a pull behind leaf rake. So if you hate raking leaves, you just drag this behind your tractor. This broom spins because it's connected to the wheels, and then it puts leaves in here, and then you just pull a string and it dumps it. And then it just dumps the leaves out. So you drive around, and then when you get back to here, I just pull the handle and it dumps the leaves. And I just drive back around, and it's pretty cool. I'm south of Atlanta. I'm in Sharpsburg. If you know where Peachtree City is, which is about 20 minutes south of Atlanta. And then this is pretty cool. I built this fort in the woods. This is built, somebody threw away a swimming pool cover, and somebody threw away a chain link fence. So I took the pipes from the chain link fence and the swimming pool cover, and I made this. So like you can see the pipes up there from the chain link fence, and all this is a swimming pool cover. And I just made this big storage area. There's a tile saw right there. Yeah, I don't know. Gawktug. I got no idea where Usunavia, you son of a. That's what it is. You son of a. That's what it is. You son of a beach. I just figured it out. God, that's awesome. You son of a beach. I know exactly where that's at. You must be near Whitesburg. Yes. Yep, right near Coweta High School. That's exactly right. You son of a beach. It just took me that long to figure it out. That's funny. You son of a beach. That's actually a good one. Everybody's been using the Gabriel Horn one. You grew up in Carrollton, okay? That's where I took my one semester in college. Was in Carrollton, Whitesburg. Yeah, go through Whitesburg to get to Carrollton. What's up, Robert? Yeah. I'm building some stuff here too now. So like this is what the movie industry is. You have wood back, and then you have foam on the front, and then it just everything's fake. Everything's fake and light, so you can move it around. Like I built the spaceship for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3, and it looks metal and everything. It's all freaking cheap pieces of plywood and what's up, Andy? I'm not a native speaker. Yeah, that was funny though. Took me a minute to figure it out because I couldn't pronounce you son of a beach. You are the first one to get the beach show, golly. 50 streamers. I am the chosen one. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother Real. How you doing, Andy? Have you ever seen a pigeon baby? No. Pigeons aren't real. They're spy instruments from the government. Guaranteed. Let's see if the water's going into the tank. I am the chosen one. Uh-oh. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's the pump system. So these are the storage tanks, and this is the pump system that pressurizes my hoses that goes all around, so I don't pay for water here either. Where is it at here? Okay, let's see. That's not working good. We got a clog somewhere or a kink. Huh. Oh, there it is. Reach out and touch faith, your own personal Jesus. No one can hear your prayers. No one can. Okay, let's see. All right, there we go. We got to turn back. What up, Yuri? I wish I could talk to you, but I'm locked in. Locked in. Where are you locked into, Yuri? Pigeons or seagulls? Dude, pigeons, Shelby. Pigeons are government agents. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see. I drink too much milk. I have an addiction. Amen, brother. Amen. Okay, let's see. So now we got the hose. The hose. Okay, so it's going through here. Now theoretically, we can find out what's kinking the line here. All right, doesn't look like it's kinked going up that way, going up into here. Huh, interesting. Okay, so that's the water right there that comes out of my roof. It's now filling this tank. And then I've got all these piped together that go to my pump system here. Locked in with dedication, no distractions. Yeah, so that's cool. So I had a wet spot in my yard for like a year. It never dried out. So I just started digging down by hand, and ended up I made it into a well, and then I just pumped. I used the hoses. This is just decorative, so it pumps all my water out. So the well. These are lemon lime trees. So they actually produce. I actually get lemons and limes from them. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Have a good day, Yuri, brother. Yeah, it's so. I make my property work for me. You figure if you pay however much, like if you have to rent, find friends to rent with and rent land, like rent a house with land on it rather than renting an apartment that can't make you any money. Look, dude, I pay probably $100 a month for food, not a week. Did you ever make a grinder for sheep? Yeah, I mean, I've made plenty. You can use old fan motors and stuff like that and attach a grinding wheel to it. Like you have to I buy the medium it's called, but yeah, but I have a grinder. A lot of the tools, if you work on the movie industry, a lot of people, they jump from studio to studio to studio, and stuff that's mounted, like you have to mount a grinder on a pedestal. It's $100 for them, so they're like, I'm gonna leave it, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna take it. So yeah, because they're getting paid, and if they buy another one, the studio will pay for it. So why, So then I'm like, no, I'll freaking spend 5-10 minutes dismantling it. So I get a lot of that stuff. That's the thing. The movie industry, we call it building trash. So you rent a studio, a big ass warehouse. You rent a big ass warehouse. You build the houses and spaceships and stuff in it, and then when it's done, you don't disassemble it. You drive in with a forklift and wreck the entire thing down, and then just shovel it all out because you have to pay for every day you have the studio. So once you're done filming. Yeah, they rip it all down. And if you forgot to film a scene, you rebuild the area of that set you need to build the scene in. But yeah, a lot of my own stuff. I made my own welders before. Yeah, as much as I can do to save money for food, anything else. Yeah, figure out a way. Figure out a way to pay less for everything. And people try to shame you, like I'm not Jewish, but people call me Jewish because I'm cheap because I got a big nose. They say I got a big nose because air is free. But yeah, just be like, yeah, I got 75 pairs of Jordans at home. I don't. I've got these freaking pieces of crap here. I hit the wrong button. And yeah, and then just invest all of your money. What up, Indy? Yeah, it's so life gets much easier when you're not chasing money, and then you end up having a lot more of it. Just imagine the value of things people kept from the movie sets. Brother, I've got lots of I was a prop maker. That's what I did. That was my job, and so I've built a lot of stuff. Like later on tonight, if you're on the stream, ask when I'm streaming from the studio, and I got all kinds of pictures of me on all kinds of famous sets. There we go. There we go. Yeah, boy, big nose. What up, Zara? I eat expensive food because I like it. Stop shaming. No, hey, no, I'm not shaming you for food. Absolutely not. Food is where I spend most of my money. Absolutely, I love good food. It lets you know God loves you. Like you made this possible for me to eat. But yeah, absolutely, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love good food. But yeah, I chop my own. If a tree falls down, I show up with a chainsaw, cut it up, put it in my backyard, and then in a year, I burn my own firewood, have my own firewood. Do you see actors behind? Yes, yes, I see a lot of actors acting real stupid. Do you see any actors? Yes. Because Shelby says, because it's not junk, it's resources. Right. Yes, right. It would be a wonderful day when a great American good. You're fucking out of here, hateful bastard. I hate you Republicans acting like you're Democrats. I only eat Middle Eastern food because you live in the Middle East. He's a food racist. It's funny to be in the center of all this. Like I've worked for the most liberal industry possible, and they're fake liberals. They're not. They don't like anybody. They just because they don't like anybody. They act like they're liberal, but they're super conservative. They wouldn't have the money if they weren't conservative, and. So, and I don't have a position of power, so I don't really care. I'm in a Republican state that has a Democratic capital, Democrat capital. So, and the thing is, people are in politics to win. It doesn't matter if they have a deer and R next to their name. And they're making a lot of money. The Democrats saying they hate Trump, they're lying. They're just liars because they get a lot of clicks and views about it. They're making a lot of money because Trump's in office. What up, Magic Cat? Meow. Yeah, it's funny, and it sucks. It sucks because you see so many people that are so confused about it. It's not confusing. You just have to spend about 5 minutes looking into what people say. I'm a professional food racist. Yep. And it's unfortunate. I've been so damn chill. Ben, you were hungover yesterday. That's why I freaking czar. It's probably blending over into today. Yeah, boy. And yeah. Mediterranean cuisine is much healthier. I agree. Are you feeling great today? That's probably because you've been in bed all day. Yeah. I've been in bed all day. I've been up all day. And I tell you what, I'm gonna find a company to give me some B12 sponsorship. Cause it's like I'm gonna say it all the time. Get on B12, people. Captain America, what up, Michelle? It's my mother, father robe. Yeah, it's Yeah, get healthy, people. Get healthy. It feels great. I've been in my bed for 3 hours and now I got to sleep and go to work again. Yeah, brother. Plan ahead 5 years. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Then you'll see your work, instead of it being something that's interrupting playtime, as a means to an end. You could be 100%. You could be 100% makes them sales and B12. Right. I got a lot of people, probably at least a dozen people a week. But how many other people, people that actually do it and say that this is awesome, I can't believe I've been so sick for so long. And then the people that don't, like, if at least if they use the link, I could work less and make more videos. But yeah, absolutely. B12 and D3, K2, MK7. Actually, I talked to a company yesterday about the K2. And so we're talking now. They said 20%. Sounds good to me. Yeah, switch careers. Switch careers. Absolutely. Don't be loyal to people that won't be loyal to you. Absolutely not. This is what. Yeah. Don't be loyal to people that won't be loyal to you. Switch careers. Benefit yourself. If you want to have a family, you have to understand your family as a business. If you're working for another company, you're working for the competition. Get what you can. Richard, you thoughtful lover. Look at that blue sky. Yes, sir. Beautiful. It's beautiful here. Beautiful. How are you, Robert, brother? Yeah. So I'm gonna, and I didn't seek out a company that I don't use. It's the company. The companies that I order from. I contacted them directly and I said, hey, I don't know if you got an affiliate program or whatever. And they said, yep. So I sent them over my tax paperwork and my company paperwork, and they're supposed to get back to me within 3 days. So yeah, I'm definitely going to push it. I think we'd have a lot less hate in the world if more people were healthy, because a lot of people use mental illness as part of like their identity. Like, I'm mentally ill and the government's got to help me. But once they realize that it's probably just deficiencies, they'll feel better and they'll be like, okay, I don't need them to fix me. Let's take over the world. You should have the energy and the brain, the mood to want to conquer stuff. Amen. Nobody informed me that Zara was a baddie. Yeah. So think about this. I still was pretty productive in life, but I was stagnant for 40 years, and then all of a sudden I get my vitamin and mineral, I get checked for my deficiencies. I get a blood test 4 times a year, not through a doctor, through a lab, and then I do all the research myself. I feel better than I've ever felt, better than my teenage years. So I'm going to push that. And I think if people didn't feel like shit in their own bodies all the time, and I don't mean gender dysphoria and whatever, I mean just being depressed and whatnot, then they wouldn't be so argumentative. And they'd be like, well, apparently I didn't need Prozac, I needed X, Y, or Z. And then people will be like, let's listen to some people. You know, I watched Zara's short shorts video. We're going to have to watch that later on stream. Does it have copyrighted music in it? If you dare wear short shorts. I had something similar. Electrolyte and balance, right? And the big thing is you have to understand what advertising is. When you go to a doctor and they say you have a chemical imbalance, they don't tell you what chemicals they are. And they don't even know for sure if they don't take a blood test. They're like, oh, you're depressed, chemical imbalance. You need SSRIs or whatever. It's all crap. You need to make sure your body's running right before you're not sick because you don't have enough Tylenol in you. You're not sick because you don't have enough Prozac in you. It's not a Prozac deficiency so people have to get that straightened out first. And it's $1 trillion industry knowing that. So once you realize, okay, I'm not taking enough of this or that. Oh, there's different versions of this or that. And it's so easy to do and it's so cheap to experiment with. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch. Nope, not a copyright. No, hope no copyright free use. All right. Send a big old kiss. What's up, Christian? Things are going good over here. Monkey Jumbo. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to push for. 2026. I want people to get healthy. I want people to if you've never, I want to lead by example and and try my best to get a cohort of people. And then if like people like Robert, like his life's changed in a matter of a month, and anybody else who wants to be on the side of good, we'll just start overpowering the advertisers. And as long as, I mean, we'll be our own advertisers, but advertising's not evil. Evil advertising's evil. Particle. Yes, the world could use more hugs and kisses. Right, right. What's wrong with love? Why is everybody so much hate? I hate this. I hate that. Why do you hate so much? Maybe it's because you never get anything out of anything you do. The problem is you have to understand that you need the precursors in your body to make dopamine and serotonin. If you don't have that, you're not going to feel right. And people will convince you that you don't feel right because of very expensive reasons. And then they'll convince you to spend a bunch of money or other people's money, put you into debt. I feel inspired and motivated. Good. Healthy journey right now. No liquor. Yeah, listen. You have to look up how, like, the things you do, yeah, you feel rough afterwards, but why? What vitamins and does alcohol or weed or whatever, what does that affect? The absorption of what? The absorption of what vitamins? So if you want to do those things, you have to counteract the negative side effects of those. You're so right. Yes, I'm on the same journey, but I usually fail when Friday comes. Listen. If you could ask Chat GPT or 110th grade, you can say, hey, what is this doing to my body? I enjoy doing it, but what is it doing to my body? It stops the absorption of this, and that. Okay, so if I want to do this, I should also be taking this. You text costume. What up, Shelby? Satan. Just the opposite, brother. Just the opposite. At least you're not an everyday drinker like I've been giving any satisfaction. I used to be. Look, yes, every day I'd get off of work, 3 o'clock, be at the bar by 4, and then 6 o'clock I'd leave the bar, go home, eat, shower, and then go back to the bar for the night. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we godly up here. Pick up the receiver. You know I'm a believer. Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers. Someone who cares. So these are my I guess now we can call them sun ripened because they're rotting on the vine. But this is all my peppers, where my hot peppers and my tomatoes grow, and then my okra and stuff's in here. And this is to keep the chickens and the deer out of it. I like your vibe, outlook, and compassion. Hey, you know what? It's very weird. I didn't have one. Wasn't passionate for anything for decades, and then it's just like, well, you know, what chemicals in your body affects mood? Okay, what does your body need to make those chemicals? Okay, and you know, and it's really yeah, it's and if I keep saying it over and over again, you know, every week more and more people are saying thanks. Song was OP. Song was up. Sub magic, good vibes up in here. Topics are top tier. I know what it does to my body, but it's easier said than done. Sorry, I've been drinking all day before I started working again. Work's a good distraction from alcohol. Yeah, if it wasn't for the movie industry, I would have. I mean, I'd probably still be drinking. The problem was, it's like you get up at 4:30 in the morning. You get ready, have your coffee, whatever. Get to work by 6. And then you work till 5:30, and then you got rush hour to get home at 7, and then you got to be up at 4:30 again. So if you go to the, yeah, that ain't happening. Alcohol is a good distraction from work. How to call? Hold on, what? How to call? And they were trying to scam. I had a call and they were trying to scam me for 2 iPhones for free. If I give them $30, like, how's it free? Right? Yes, it's a scam. I totally understand. Work was my distraction too, but I've come to realize stressful my job made me. Yeah. But the thing is, you shouldn't have to spend money to make your job bearable. You shouldn't have to spend money. Like, look, I got to drink to work there. Okay, great. So if you make $200 a day working there, but you spend $40 a day or more drinking, just so today sucked at work. No. Just tapped in. What up, Brandon? Brandon the Incredible. Simply trolling. I will likely never experience a feeling of euphoria again, brother. I don't know how old you are, but look, if you want to experience euphoria, look up what chemicals in your body create you or are activated when you feel euphoric. Then find the supplements that are needed in your body at proper levels for those euphoric compounds to be created. Then, when you naturally come across something like a beautiful sky, beautiful trees, beautiful sunset or sunrise, then your body, if your body doesn't have what it needs to make that chemistry, you're not going to feel it. And the feeling that you're feeling, that depression feeling that I'm never going to feel good again, that's your body telling you that you don't have what you need in it. And I'm telling you, I lived the same life for decades. Exactly, the worst environment ever. Yeah, and it's so toxic. Worst environment. Julio. Jews worshiping Jesus, twice blessed. There you go, twice blessed. Have you ever heard that guy said God's going to flood the earth and they built a boat? Yes, but we all know that it ain't because God made a rainbow. Oh, you talking about recently? Yes, yeah. The guy on the internet that said that. Yeah, just like weed, right? What up, Abby? Man, you have a clear sky. We have gloomy clouds, brother. Vitamin D. You do not realize how important that stuff is for you. And a lot of people, especially women, they put makeup on that has sunscreen in it before they leave the house. So even if they have some sun hitting their skin, it's not hitting their skin because it's hitting their sunscreen. You should be at least 20 minutes in the sun without sunscreen before applying sunscreen or makeup. Weed comes from God. What up, Corn? I hate working. I've tried a bunch of different stuff. I never get used to spending all my time some 9 to 5. Right. But this is what changed my mindset, ND. It was saying, I want to be somewhere in 5 years and I need this much money to do it. This job pays me this much money, so I'm getting that much closer to that goal. A lot of people's goal is retirement. And that's like, because you never feel like you're getting there. Yeah, I understand. Everything comes from God, Corn. What up, Warrior? I'm from Albania, guys. Don't worry. I don't sell drugs. How are you, my friend from Albania? And he says, I usually work and save up a bunch of money so I could chill for a year. Yeah, I did the same thing, dude. The great thing about the movie industry is you would work for a production for like 3 months, and then you could go work for another production immediately afterwards, but you got paid so much money that you could take 3 months off. So a lot of people, I knew a guy that him and his father sailed around the world twice a year. So he would work for 3 months and he would save every dime just to stock a boat. Then they would sail around the world for 3 months. And then he would work for 3 months and just kept doing that. Vitamin D's nuts. Jesus flipped tables because someone stole his weed, not because they were gambling. What up, cat? What up, husband? I got an Albanian totally not. We got an Albanian totally not selling drugs, guys. Particles. Simply trolling. Hey there, cat. What you doing? I just love the internet. I love the internet, brother. Hey, trolling. I'm going on a little break from work. How you doing? You trolling? Gaia. I'm gonna make dinner. Y'all see that? All right, see you later tonight. That's our tomorrow is World Cat Day. What up, lamb? Sweet, I'm at work, just killing. Yeah, time, just killing time. That's what I feel. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I feel you. I hated that stuff. Yeah, but the thing is, regardless what you think about life, you have to have a goal. You have to have a purpose. And if you're just working because that's what we're supposed to do, I got out of college to work for some company. That was your goal back then, but now you don't have a goal anymore. You know that happens to a lot of people. A lot of people say the world will be fine if you just get, as long as you don't get married and don't have kids, and you get a college degree, you'll get a job, you'll make a bunch of money, you can buy a bunch of stuff. Great, but what's the goal after you get out of college? I'm thinking about applying to be a cab driver. It's a good idea. It's a good idea, ND. You can make a lot of money doing that. And I don't know if you're not in America, so you're not a Republican or a Democrat. So you can look at Elon Musk's making supposed to start this year, I think April or May. They're supposed to start rolling out production on 200 to 300,000 robo taxis. So you can buy a Tesla robo taxi and like you can have that take you to work, drop you off, and then drop you off at the door, and then you can just hit add to fleet on the Tesla app, and it'll drive around and pick people up, and money just shows up in your account. They're going to have people working at the charging stations, like how they used to be back in the day at gas stations. They'll have attendants that will plug your car in to charge it, so it'll just drive around making you money all day while you're at work. And then when you get to the point where you have money, because think about it, you only use your car an hour a day. You drive to work for a half hour, you drive home to work for a half hour, and then it sits there doing nothing. Cut me some slack. Beats doing Uber driver work on your own time. Yeah, I agree. Cut me some slack. You knew what I meant. I'm getting on to driving high profile clients. Right. That's huge. That's huge. If you've got a decent looking car, I'm not talking about a Ferrari and shit, just like a freaking Lexus or a nice roomy Infinity or something, you can get onto like the Uber Black, and then you're just going to have people that can afford that. And then you can say, hey, I'll charge you half this because you only get like 20%. Almost 40. I'm 49. I developed an addiction to opiate years ago and now take medicines to block opiate receptors in my brain. I'm praying I find a way from this medicine. Trolling. Somebody post a link to my Discord, please. Anyone? Julio, ND, Kat, can you grab the Discord? I'll help you out, brother. Trolling. I'm guessing you're talking about naloxone, Suboxone, Subutex, something like that. I'll help you out, brother. What's up, Lamb? How's you doing, Lamb? All I can say is good luck. No, that's not all I gotta say. I'll help you out. Absolutely, guaranteed. The Warrior, Uber is not well known in Denmark. It's hard to make enough money, but there is some cab companies that offer a set salary, so I don't need to worry about my clients. There you go. I'm a personal trainer at the moment. I don't like working. It's like I'm not working on a lot of job. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, dude. Right, working for people that are paying you is something completely different. Like if you have a client, having clients is different than being an employee. Yeah, I agree, Warrior. Do Danish people take Ubers? I don't know what he meant either. I don't know what you type. Astrope. My doctor was writing me 120 perk 10s a month, and this was before I knew what opiate addiction was. Well, you found out, brother. You found out. I would use public transportation. Can somebody grab the Discord link? Yes, please. Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. All right, hey, brother. Here, I just pinned the message. Simply trolling, brother. I just join that link. Hit me up on Discord. I fail first. Send me a DM. I'll help you out. Catastrophe. Yeah, that was way off. Astrope. I like the Greek word catastrophe because it's Greek. Oh, I like the word Greek catastrophe. I like the word catastrophe because it's Greek. Thank you, ND. Why would they be afraid of public transportation? Good question. Good question. So this is a really interesting thing too. It depends on your picture you're looking at. I fail first. That's me. I fail second. If you can Google right now, Uber accounts for sale, and people are setting up Uber accounts like legal people, and then they're selling them to people that don't have licenses or aren't here legally, and they're driving people around. So like Jennifer's on her way to pick you up, and then Jennifer shows up and like, hey man, no comprende. Yeah, so that's actually I just learned about that the other day because the whole thing I was just talking about with Tesla, the robo taxi is they're saying it's going to kill Uber because the cars are only like $20,000 to $30,000, and you don't need to drive one. So if you to get a $60,000 car loan, you can get two of these robo taxis. You can still get to work with one, and then it can go out and make you money. And the other one can just go out and make you money. And that's like the cost of like one standard car, 60 grand these days. So you can get two cars, and it's awesome. Like it can take you to work or the airport, drop you off, you unload, you hit add to fleet, and then it can pick somebody up at the airport and make you money. So you driving to the airport it doesn't cost you anything, and then while you just leave your car there, as soon as you get out, you add to fleet, and then somebody that's waiting for a cab can jump right in the app can say, hey, I'm available here. Knows what's wrong. Sniffling so much. So I broke my nose 12 times, and let's just say I was in the music industry and the movie industry for a bunch of years. So I get very, very sensitive to cold weather, and it's like 65 degrees right now, and yeah, it's just forever running out. So I guess it's repairing from all the damage I've done to it over the years. He's stealing our oxygen. Yeah, no, I don't do any drugs. Zero, absolutely zero. I've done them all. I don't do any of them. Zero. I have a big nose though, and it runs a lot. I hope that's joke ending, but yeah, I get the sniffles. It's basically, if I blew my nose, it probably wouldn't happen so often, but I keep sucking up the snot and I keep coming back down. But yeah, it's the one thing that I think it's going to do so well for me is that I don't do any drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't nothing. And I'm 49. If you want to have energy like me, check your B12 and D3. Big time saying 6 shirt. You like dragons? I'm a fan of dragons. What's going on, Padilla? You look like a jokester. You caught me off guard. Yeah. Oops. But yeah, look how beautiful this blue sky is. Your own. I know this is super random, but what do you know about supplementation of hawthorn root? It's safe to take. So yes, I've used hawthorn root, but it's only for short periods. Like this is the big thing. You have to understand that what herbs and stuff do to your body is it changes how sensitive your body is to absorbing the standard nutrients from food. So and I go to this all the time, B12, your body can have a problem. Smoking cigarettes and stuff like that, smoking anything can slow the absorption of B12 into your body. So certain roots and stuff can increase the absorption, like black pepper. If you take turmeric the curcumin in turmeric is like one of the strongest anti-inflammatories known to man, but it doesn't absorb very well through the gut. But a little bit of black pepper with that will absorb like 99% of it through the gut. So it helps with the absorption of things. But you have to find out what you need in your body first. But but you're good. But Kat, yeah, hit me up on Discord if you want to know what I'm all about the like what to do. I mean, I can speak it here too. Get a blood test every 4 months. Get it from a lab. You ain't got to get it from your doctor, so you don't have to pay for a doctor's appointment. Get it from a lab and then get the results and then say, this is what I'm low in, this is what I'm high in, this is what I do in life. How does me doing this affect this particular vitamin or mineral? How does me doing this affect that? And just spend an hour going through it and then seeing your picture of your face as a sugar glider. Cool. cool is a Greenlander swimming pool. That's pretty cool. I used to live in ND's basement, but then he transported me to Richards. I'm the original Grease. What's up, Be Like Bambam? ND is besmirching my good name. Don't fall for Big Vitamin. It's a psyop. No, it definitely is. I mean, Big Vitamin is absolutely because your body can't absorb your body can't absorb all those vitamins at once. You have to take them separately. How's it going? What up, Adam? And why is Loki wearing? What up, Pank? Second, I love that you're bringing back the word besmirch. Lamb's biggest fan. No problem, Magic Cat. Befuddled, sure, I brought it back. What up, Captain? Besmirched has been besmirched for too long. His blood test will confirm bloodlines as well, sure. What's up, Ogie? I like the word kerfuffle. What's a good one? I say you need a haircut. Yeah, I might need a haircut, my brother. I agree. I like the word moist. Yeah, kerfuffle's it from. Ogie. You know how the word sounds stupid? Hullabaloo. Yeah, hullabaloo sounds rough. You would expect a nerd or a geek to say hullabaloo. Maybe a dork. Yeah, I need a haircut. Thanks for bringing it up, dude. How are you, Ogie? Ogie D's nuts. I need a shave, too. No, I'm a believer. Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers. Someone who cares. I created quite the with the bridge club. When your 10 out of 10 girlfriend tells a super niche joke that only your bro lost in Thailand years ago would know. Show me your surrounding area, sure. This is greenhouse 1, greenhouse 2, chicken coop. There's my chickens. This is my backyard. And this is my backyard, my building. Cod isn't funny, but haddock is. You blimmin' haddock, you? I'm a unbeliever. And he is charging me with a $4 billion. Catawampus. Yes, catawampus is actually a word I've used a lot. You know what cattywampus means? Cattywampus means bent out of shape. Like, so if you have a piece of plywood that's warped, it's cattywampus. We use that a lot in construction industry. I've haddock with life. Said to build of the White House. Sacambasis? Sacambasis, spread the word. And tell them it's from Israel. Sacambius. I've haddock with life. God damn it. I've haddock with life. Lovely play underwear. I can't. You know what's interesting? It gets cold as dog freaking nuts here, and I've got cactus living outside, and they're doing fine. Like, you think of them as like desert freaking wackadoos, and like everything else is dead, dried, dead around here, and then these guys are still got freaking points on them. Yep. Man, look at that freaking. Get to the point. Nice greenery, yes sir. $400 million billion. Yes, we got it. We got it here in Georgia. The simulation needs some water. What up, Nathan? Have you seen my latest YouTube vid? I'm playing all the instruments in music video. I saw the one you posted earlier today. All words are weird if you say them enough times. Agreed. Brother, I got a lot of water. I got my Minecraft blocks here. My Minecraft blocks of water tubed together. I got plenty of that junk. Nincompoop. Nincompoop's a good word. Nincompoop. Bunch of nincompoops. Do we have any black people? ND. And these are black folk. Minecraft blocks, right? What up, Fred? Yeah. Hey. What up, Fred? Are you collecting water in your Minecraft blocks? Yes, yes. I'll show you how. So I've had a wet spot in my yard forever, and so I dug down and sleeved it and turned it into a well. There was always a wet spot right here. So I dug down 17 feet, sleeved it, and then now I it comes out these tubes and goes into those blocks. But also, I have this here. I have my when rain falls on my roof, as it does. It gets diverted through here. Gets diverted through here to this tank, holding tank. There's a pump at the bottom. There's that float, and when it fills up, it comes out of this hose and goes over to those tanks as well. So yeah, I collect the water. You say yeah, it loses all meaning, right? Nincompoop is good, yeah. Charlie. These are the leaves of the cactus plant, adopted to avoid transpiration of water and sunlight. There you go. Afrikaans has some hilarious words. Somehow they look at a banana, decided to call it a pisang. Sang. I feel like someone here started the depression slate. We call it muse. I like the Friends episode where John Lovitz was high and said, "Tartles, tartles, tartles. The word has lost all meaning." I'm actually Vietnamese, but my dad is black as. Some would say I have the past, and some I would say I'm more racist. Yeah, racism doesn't exist. No, so Ogie, when it gets too high, well, hold on. So this can no. So when this can fills up, there's this pump, like you'll hear it turn on in a second. Hear that? So as when it fills up to that length, it pumps. When it fills up to that height, it pumps out over to these. Now, if these, which are 250 gallons each, if those fill up, it will overflow. It'll just overflow. I've got two more over here that aren't connected, but yeah. So this hose just goes into the top, right, just like that, and it'll just overflow out, That's where he gives me water from. Yeah, so yeah, take care of it, make it happen. And then like here, all your kitchen scraps I dump here. You can see like onion peels and eggs and coffee grounds. And then the chickens come through and pick through whatever they want. And then this gets moved over to here and it gets blended. And then it turns into really, really, really fertile soil. And then it'll go from here and it'll go over to this side and then we cover it up. Do you use water? Do you use filter for the water at all? Yeah, so this water is all used for the plants. Not for drinking, but for emergencies. You're a smart one. For emergencies, I've got a filtration system also, and I can put filters in these tanks and then screw them onto these guys here. So yeah, so I can adapt it and run it through all these filters, and then it's drinkable. But yeah, this is for the plants. Cannibal chickens. Nobody told me life was going to be this way. Nobody told me it's going to be this way. Are you growing the green side? I've grown it. I grew it for years in Baltimore. Haven't grown it down here in Atlanta. I don't smoke no more. And it's like, your job's a joke. You're broke. Your life is DOA. How many hoes do you have, Unc? I got hose. I got hose for days. I got frickin' claws. I got hose. I got hose with holes. I got hose with 2 holes. These are the hose you want. The ones with 2 holes. two-holed hose. I got a 2-holed hoe. Straight facts. Husband, why are you using the word hose? Richard's talking about hoses. There's a word in Indonesia that describes a moment when you get tapped from the shoulder from behind, and the person tapping deliberately taps you over the shoulder. What's the wrong? What's the word? In society where I'm from, there's racism. In society where there's racism, be a zebra. There you go. You're the big doghouse. They're calling women who's smart. That you stop smoking. Police people who smoke just get lung cancer, I guess. Yeah, there's a big problem with smoking things. The problem is herb isn't a bad thing at all. The problem is smoking it because you get rid of a lot of the other compounds in it that make it like. So the reason a lot of the medicines we take have side effects is because they don't have the other compounds that would be found in them naturally, and then you have side effects because they. But yeah, so if you were to eat it, it's a completely different thing. But then you get people that say, "Well, let's just extract all the THC and make gummies." No, that's a really bad idea. Uh, he's walking around the garden, you silly goose. Hose with two holes. What a pleasure. Richard, control yourself. Two holes. Oh, they're all that's needed, little mouth. I tell you. I know, blimey, catty. She being catty. Yeah, it's an interesting existence, and I think everybody should have I know, I'm disgusting. It's oh, neighbors looking for their kids. They're probably in the road. My parents used to tell me, "Go play in the street." uh, you are long. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. The dirtiness. I own my dirt knees. Dirtiness. Dirt knees. Um, let's see. What should we do here? I should probably eat something too. I own a lot of dirt too. I sold a wine cooler to this millionaire today. Went up his driveway, 4 cars, all brand new: Porsche, FJ, Cruiser, big Ford, V8. Man, yeah. You know how you get to be a millionaire? Don't spend your money. So don't spend your money. Offer a product, and then tell people they're cool if they have your product. Because remember, that's how it works. Richard owes me 40 pounds of dirt. Trust. Hootenanny. It's a real word. It's a real word. Down here in the South, a hootenanny is absolutely a real word. I mean, it's just like, yeah, hootenanny. Yeah, it's like a party. Hootenanny. Rip roaring good. You have rip roaring good times at a hootenanny. I'm not sure if that's spelling. Yeah, I don't know if that's spelling either. I understand what he was trying to say. They have a rip roaring good time at your hootenannies. Thank you. You get a thank you card. Thank you. This is a great guy to take financial advice from. Maybe I am, Ogie. It looks right, but I've never seen it spelled. What up, Ava? Ava Isla? I don't know. We're making the words at this point. No, hootenanny is definitely a word. I've worked in the industries where that money is made, and I know exactly how they make their money. You have to offer a service or a product, plain and simple, and create your own or find it for cheaper and then sell it for more expensive. But yeah, don't spend your money. I actually think a bastardization of hominy. I think hominy. You misspelled. You're the responsible one. You are in the sticks of Atlanta. Yeah, I'm in the sticks of Atlanta. Yeah, but I'm not in the sticks. So you only see the backyard. You only see the backyard. Walk around front. It's a completely different thing. See how perspective changes. Boom. Yeah, perspective changes when you can see a way around. Take financial advice from me. Sharpsburg. I'm 2 miles from Peachtree City, Fulton County, Fayette County, Fayetteville, discombobulate, Sharpsburg, fibber giblet. Yeah, and this is why my property works for me. I don't, anything I put money into, I get money back out of. Trump country, yes, Trump country. Well, not definitely not all. Like four of my neighbors are like for the people that actually put out like signs. I have like four people that are Kamala, Biden, and then probably like 7 or 8 Trump, and we all hang out together. This is the thing about the real world off of the internet world, is like good people get along, Republicans and Democrats. It's only people that are only online to argue. Life's not really like that when you're not like broke. Life's not really like that. Life's not like the internet. Balderdash, yeah, there was a game. At 5 years old, my cousin said, "Stop being so specific." So specific at the safe space specific. I haven't heard her get away with it for 17 years. She became a firefighter in '07. Miranadingy? Jesus. Yes, that is a very long word. I can't pronounce it. Yeah, soliloquy. Right, yes. There's a big thing that separates people, and it's love and hate. If you can talk to people with different opinions, because listen, people that look towards the future understand that times change. You might be a Democrat now, you might be a Republican tomorrow, you might be a liberal conservative, but they don't talk about those people online. Most people are liberal conservatives. They're liberal with their way of thinking, conservative with their money. But you only hear about people, yeah, what's up, peeps? What up, Derek? People love to hate. Yes, they love to hate because hate gets more clicks. The internet is for marketing and advertising. It's to make money on clicks and views. Hate brings more hate. And then you get a lot more people that hate watch. Hate watching's a thing. And then you get hate farmers. And listen, these people, if you meet them in real life, they'll ask conservatives, like when they interview conservatives, they'll ask how they should be investing. And then when a liberal comes in, they won't talk about money or investing. They'll talk about poor people and disenfranchised people. But yeah, ideas are all over the place. And the booger sugar Scott, I don't do it, brother. If you want to put up $10,000, I'll put up $10,000. You fly to Atlanta. You put up 10,000. I'll put up 10,000. You fly to Atlanta. I'll pay. You choose any drug clinic, any urinalysis, blood test place. We'll live stream the whole thing, and then when you lose, I'll take your $10,000. How can there be more than one ocean? It's one friggin' ocean. Love always wins. Love y'all there. It's all getting better. Yeah, absolutely. Not any DEI hiring. So here's a problem. I'll tell you from being inside the industry what DEI was for. DEI wasn't for helping black people and brown people and white people. It was getting their operatives in. They wanted to be able to hire people that would keep them in. So it didn't matter if you were black, white, because remember, if you were white but Democrat, you could get in. Had nothing to do with race, nothing. That's just what they talked about online. They wanted to get people that they knew would vote the correct way and push the correct agenda through. That's all DEI was for. Wasn't for helping people. You'll always sell more tickets for the ghost train than speak the weight machine. One side of South Africa is the Indian Ocean, the other side is the Atlantic. Why? It's all just one water. One water. Yeah. And this is the thing. Like if you think about the big movements in America that don't do anything, they do something. They sell merch. The amount of money and donations people get to movements that don't do anything is astounding. And people sit around all the time just to think about, and then they decide if the movement will make them money with the R by it, they'll be Republicans. If the movement will make money with a D beside it, then they'll be Democrats. They're all scams. They're all scams. What's your favorite mountain range? The Appalachian. What up, Dip? Water, be water. Yeah, and the thing is, so like because the internet is all video and photo, you show how you're part of something by buying merchandise, by saying I got a Labiquita flag or a Trump shirt, right? But Trump wins, and the LGBTQ community doesn't win. It's the not uh the nonprofit that runs that wins. Because even if nobody gets elected, nothing happens. They made hundreds and tens of millions of dollars in merchandise sales and advertising. Yeah, it's all scam. It's all a scam. This is why, like, the people that push, if you're a Democrat, you're a bad person. If you're a Republican, you're a bad person. No, no, you're just a person. But I won't buy your merchandise, so you'll shit on me. Can I get a bottle of water? Yeah. Life's amazing, especially when you're around people that have succeeded in life more than other people. Like you get into like the upper crust. It's all they don't care. They're like, what do you need? I want to sell my company to you. What do you need from me? Well, my buddy's running as a Democrat, so I need you to come out and say that you're a Democrat and you're endorsing my buddy, and we'll get your $2 billion company. That's what it is. But they're look at who's the biggest liberal? Mark Zuckerberg. He's moving to Republican Florida in April and taking Meta Facebook with him because he drained California, and now California wants his money back. So he's like, see ya. Yeah, it's all crap. I'm making fun of them. Do you even want to see the real hills? Go to Massachusetts. I've skied Massachusetts. Jesus is the Son of God. He died on the cross for our sins and was resurrected 3 days later. Believe in Jesus and you will not die, but live. Thank you, Dr. Soda, brother. Amen. I didn't think Julio was besmirching me. What up, Shayna? Look, brother. I look boater? Yeah. Yes. So if you get caught up in those loops of having to purchase stuff to show who you support, you're the one that's being scammed. And that's the great thing about identity politics. If you want to profit from it, then say you represent it. But look at the way they spend their money. Like they talk, like you see all these people promoting rent control, but they own a bunch of rental units outside of the areas they represent because they don't believe what they say. They're just saying whatever will get them elected. Put away your stirring spoon. Yeah, and it's nice and easy. Like when you see, you have to understand there's good people and bad people in this world. If you think there's no good Democrats or there's no good Republicans, then you're stuck. You're stuck. Because you have to work with people. You have to work with people. In order to succeed, you need other people's help. Of course, AD. Caught up in what? So people don't like when you have a company start to say, hey, brown-haired people need election rights, but they are them. But you just start it and you spend a lot of money on advertising, so a bunch of people that don't know anything are like, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize brown-haired people couldn't vote. We need to get out. Brownhairpeoplevote.com. You know? But the laws already exist. They're just starting a movement and putting a bunch of marketing on, and they get a bunch of free marketing because they get people that will yell about it, you know? And then, so then they sell a bunch of shirts and get a bunch of views. They get interviewed on MSNBC and Fox. Yeah, and it's all the law already exists. What do you want? We'll just act like it doesn't. Okay, cool. And it works. People get millions. And B is trying to manufacture. What up, gang? What up, B2B? Your brother's here, B2B. Labs in the house. Right, listen closely. I would never disrespect the lamb, never. He is without a shadow of a doubt the absolute. Yes, yes, they're real trees. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they're all real. Everything's real. Everything's real. Real dead trees. There's we got what makes the tequila. Those are all real trees. It's a bit weird. Bam. That's it. Lamb is behind. Lamb is the best lamb, and I'm blackening my eyes behind him. Yeah, boy, I wouldn't snort coke with this dude. Gone, gone. This is what's in Georgia. Big old trees. I'm 6'4", and this tree's way. Yeah, very huge trees. Right then, mate. I reckon lamb is absolutely clacking in its pure class, proper tasty, top-notch grub. Uh, I'm a snowflake. You know that. Thank you, Brody. No problem, everyone's uncle. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs, kids. Old trees. Old trees. Yes. Old trees. It's warm today, bro. Yes. Yeah, it's almost 70 degrees in frickin' February in Georgia. Stop, cat. Yeah, it's beautiful out here today. It's beautiful. Get some fruit ready. Yeah, and then you look like my. This is everything. So this is called Bermuda grass. So it only grows with like a few inches tall, and then it dies back, but then it all just regreens up. So you see a couple people like over here. They've got it's hard to see. They've got a different type of grass that's green, but it's real patchy and thick, and you gotta. Yep. It's getting cold in Florida. What up, Robert? Yep. Oh, 6'4" and 6'4". Don't do drugs past me, man. It's getting cold here in Florida. How you gonna spell? How you gonna spell to die? Because they're gonna get cold when they get some. So like it's cold here, but you have to get your plants. You have to know what you're doing. Like these plants, it was freezing the other day, but I got these guys are blooming up right now, and you can see they're all budding. So you have to get your plant. You have to know what grows where and what's a tall and virile man. I love all my fans. The temperature drops off fast today. Yeah, brother. Where are you at, everyone? Or everyone's uncle? I guess just that's everyone. I only have a standing fan. Stop being a silly use. What? Richard is an absolute fountain of knowledge. In it, you go disrespecting him, and it'll go absolutely John Wick proper on you, mate. Nincompoop. I love charisma. How's the fentanyl in Atlanta? Killing a lot of people, brother. A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people die in Atlanta from fentanyl. And that's it's like I'm 49, so my partying days are long past, which is good because the booger sugar back in the day, it'd be in every bar, every whatever. But now, like people are like dead, fentanyl. Subscribe up, that Jacksonville, Florida, brother. Hey, I'm actually looking at a place in Mount Dura. San Diego, Jacksonville again. What up, Isaac? Bro, if the sun wouldn't shine in his proper chap lab, in grace with his footprint, just past 9 p.m. You're in you're in Crawley in the UK. 49. How much drugs? Lot, Ogie, lot. Nah, them days are long gone. Yeah. Listen, so when the easiest thing to do was for me. Well, it was drinking was the big thing. I was in the music industry and the movie industry, and I drank for 30 years. And I didn't quit. I didn't go to Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever. I just said, when I started working for the movie industry, you have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I just mentioned this. If you have to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, you have to be on set by 6. And then you work till 5:30, 6 o'clock, and then you have another hour drive home. So you get home at 7, 8 o'clock after like rush hour. So there ain't no drinking. Like you start getting into your 30s, and hangovers are way too bad. Yeah, so that just naturally happened. Luckily, I didn't get like physically addicted to it. We're gonna eat them. Take a bite. What up, throw? Pause. I'm with you, B2B. I can't fathom how a man could willingly dose a person with it. Uh, so, so I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what happens. People are adding it to the weed, and people are adding it to the blow because they've got shit weed and shit blow. And they think if they can put enough in to get someone addicted to it, they'll be like, wow, his is so much better. And I only feel good when I do it, because people are going through opiate withdrawals. So they can get, but they don't know how to dose it. So people end up dead. His old man blind. What up, Space Cow? Would I miss something? What up, Space Cow? His old man blind. I'm mid to late 30s. Drinking isn't worth it anymore at all. Kids will be up 7 either way. Yeah. It's evil. No, it's absolutely evil. And listen, learn your history. It's just a repeat. It's a repeat. First, it was the opium wars back in the day. Then it was heroin. Now it's fentanyl. It's just the same thing. It's the same thing. And you're rough. You're a rough 49. Sorry about that, brother. It's here. You dealers today on Devil Time. Yeah, I'm glad the thing had passed for me. Yeah, me too. Right, I'm absolutely knackered after that. I'm gonna go make a quick cup of tea. It's absolutely chucking it down outside the British weather. Fancy a brew. Yes, history repeats itself. Right, learn history and learn it on your own. Don't go to college for it and think that they're telling you. You're taught what is best for you to become a good consumer. You're not taught the truth. You're taught axioms. Yeah, history repeats itself. So yeah, so it's like it was big. Having worked in the movie industry for 15 years, you learn a lot about like what everything is. Like every shot, every setup, everything on stage is for a reason. People pay a lot of money for put that stuff there. The stories that they tell, like in the future, be like, wow, this guy made a product that was like that. Let's go buy the product. It's all meant for you to buy as much stuff. I meant if you're doing drugs, but you're worried about dying, it's just straight dumb. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. If you're doing drugs, you want to die probably, especially nowadays. I'm 49 too, the real backwoods man. Me too. I don't know. I'm a front woods right now, but I'm a backwoods man myself. I've got chickens. I grow mostly my own food. I collect my own rainwater into barrels and then pump it back into storage. I've got my own farmland. I got workshops. I got compost heaps, storage water. Yeah, I don't play around. I don't play around. I don't know a bit about drinking. Yes, you do, Lamb. When alcohol trade was banned, black market soared. Right. It's the same thing. It's repeating itself. The reason they're doing it with marijuana is they know that the cartels make money off of marijuana. So if you legalize marijuana, the price is going to go up. So the black market sales are going to go up because people are going to want the cheaper stuff. The same guy that they've been dealing with for 30 years. Yeah, it's all the same. Do you recall if you have a gold horse you stuck up your butt? What up, Ganny? Mr. Lennon. Fresh eggs are the best. Yeah. I plant chickens every spring. Right, listen here. I'm not from the UK, but I can actually speak really well. Deliver with a sharp, clear accent. B2B. If you can't tell the difference in real and fake perks, you blindly go do anything. That's how it starts. I have 5 people RIPing behind us. Yeah, man. I doesn't. Dude, when you hear about famous people dying, think about the hundreds of construction workers, set designers, set decorators that aren't famous that are in that industry die. They sell it in the studio. You go to the tool man. 50% of what we eat, I catch or kill. Me too. I was just saying, I spend about $100 a week on food. Yeah, so here I rebuild and fix everything. I keep everything. I've got everything I need. Not very good with organization. History is one of the best teachers. Could learn to failure to pass to improve. That's exactly right. I used to eat out of the pink perks since my early 20s. Yellow tents. Never ever carries a test kit. Yeah. I bought 10 eggs and lavender white shells. Marijuana is swamp business for the cartel. More money on the drugs business. Right, but it gets bigger. It gets bigger when it's made legal because it gets more expensive. So then you see people at the dispensary like, hey, my brother Jimmy's got the same stuff for half the price, and that yeah. So it pink little small round M wrappers. Yep. M boxes. P per kilo of marijuana. 100% agree. Weed takes up too much space. Yep. Me too. You're a hippie version of myself. I'm a golden horseshoe. It's been a while. I remember the Opanas. Yep. I remember those two. What the fuck, ND? You've got a chip on your shoulder tonight. All right. So let's do this. What time is it now? Okay, it's 10 after 4. So I'm gonna eat real quick, guys, and then I'll be back on from the I'll be back on about a half hour in the studio. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank y'all for hanging out. I love y'all. Bye bye.